completely wrong, you know.
It happens.
It's fun to have fun with
But
it.
I mean, it's cool as well, because the games are much more exciting when it's unpredictable. It's not that cool when you already know what's going to happen, or when it's so obvious, because that means that one guy's obviously outplaying the other one. These two guys, we've said it all day, they're very evenly matched. They're so successful. Both of them have won so many StarCraft 2 tournaments. You know, Polt against Bomber. This can be played on any stage around the world in any given competition. You know, both these guys were at BlizzCon last year. Bomber made it to the semi-finals of BlizzCon. Polt made it to the quarterfinals of BlizzCon. Both of them actually losing to SOS, if I recall correctly. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that's what happened. Or maybe Polt lost in the round of 16 to SOS. No, he lost in the round of 8. I don't know. Either way, they both lost to SOS.
The calculator that is your brain is having a tough time. I like that we're seeing Ultrazine, by the way. This should be, you know, you say equally matched. I fully agree with you, and so far the score reflects that. But I envision more of the same here. Marine tank medevac, which I'm okay with. Like you said yesterday, perhaps it's because we're Protoss players, but I like watching Terran players just blow each other up right and left. And this matchup is the most explosive one, I feel, of all of StarCraft 2. You never see as much action, like pickups and drops and running in on tanks, dumping on tanks, tanks blowing you up. It's really fun. And I know that makes me sound like a really simple observer of this game, but damn it, sometimes I am.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes it's really nice to just sit at home and watch some StarCraft and just not do anything else. Either way, guys.
I do that for a living, yes.
No, but you know, like some days you just don't want to talk about it. You don't want to share the experience. It's just you and StarCraft, and you're just a humble man sitting behind your PC, not wearing many clothes, eating pizza, drinking Mountain Dew, you know.
I agree.
The good life.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Either way, over here on the right top side of Altazim Stronghold, currently the largest map in our map pool in StarCraft 2. We have the Red Terran player representing Cooler Master Storm. He is Polt.
And his opponent, in the lower left-hand side, the blue Terran Red Bull Bomber. Something happened, Kevin. I don't know if you're as aware of this as I am, but I heard you saying you're hungry, so I know that there's a good chance you are aware of this. Production had pizzas, and they're eating it while we're casting.
Yep.
And I've been keeping my eye on the boxes. They're gone. This is one of the saddest moments in my life.
It's okay.
That's not me being passive-aggressive, production. You guys keep eating all the pizza while we slave away. Working art? No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, getting into StarCraft 2 a little bit more, I suppose.
Most likely a gasless opening over here.
Did they do anything crazy?
No, nothing too crazy.
I don't think so either. I think it'll be like one racks expand.
It is really hard to do crazy stuff on Altazim. Sometimes you see people hide around the racks around the map and try to overrun the opponent with Reapers, because this is, you know, normally in a map where players open very economical. So, you know, you might be able to catch them off guard if they go like like command center first into one Marine into Reactor Factory or something stupid. Then obviously if you fly 3 Reapers into the main base, you're straight up going to win the game. But that's not going to happen over here. Bomber will drop his refinery at a very...
It's pretty late.
Strange time. I don't really understand this build. Oh, I think this is a build that Nantanius was obsessed with, but I have no idea where Bomber is going to go with it. Great analysis, right?
I don't know what build he's obsessed with. What are we thinking?
It might be a really quick medevac Marine stim drop.
Oh, okay. So what I like about that build, and some players will pair that up with Hellions as well, is that is as much of a build order win as you get against Cloaked Banshee. So if a player is showing too much Cloaked Banshee, that build rips them up. But what I don't like about that here is I feel like this is a uniquely bad map for Cloaked Banshee, especially as they're now figuring out they're all the way across the map from each other. It'll take forever for a Banshee to get over there, and by the time you get over there, with the timing of what that does, there should be Vikings, there should be maybe even a Raven, there should be Marines. Like, the tools to handle that should be there.
Factory is going down. We'll see what Bomber will do. I mean, Polt did open differently. This time he opened up with 2 Reapers. That one SCV made his way across the map. He did see the refinery, which is good. I'm not sure if he had time to click on it or not. He would have probably been quite confused. He's like, okay, you mined like 34 gas. Like, where are you going to go with this?
They're at least not doing... there's no way... I mean, a Cloaked Banshee might get produced, but this is not like a Cloaked Banshee opening.
No.
This is they're both expanding. And if you look at what's happening behind that, we see factories being added on as well as reactors. So I do feel like it'll be like Marine Hellion openings for the most part.
One Reaper is going to head into the main base. He will see that factory as well. Polt, obviously, the player with way more information. Bomber is a player that plays pretty blind the majority of the time.
Yeah.
That Reaper is very trapped. The other Reaper might be...
These Reapers are annoying. They're super annoying. And
Yeah.
neither of them are doing a hell of a lot of damage.
Wow,
But they just won't die.
I thought that Reaper was super trapped, but it's actually still alive. And the other Reaper,
Yeah,
well,
he died.
Okay.
The one that's not trapped at all, that was the one that died.
Yeah.
Like, the second Marine comes out and kills him. So both the Reapers do die. They both get a perfect scout. They get a couple SCV kills. All in all, I think Bomber's happy with... I mean, he's not doing anything super secret, so he actually makes out in that exchange, not having to worry about Reapers hopping up and down any longer. He does broadcast that he's going Starport, which I think is interesting. He, excuse me, Polt did not see if it was going to be Widowmine or Hellion. I will say that, but you know, he's doing the same kind of thing. So, well, no, he's doing a tech lab. So yeah, here's that Banshee, like the super late Banshee.
This is, we're gonna see maybe some Banshee pull some units out of position and then Hellions run into the main base. Like this is not a map where 10 players normally have a wall up, or in general you don't see a whole lot of wall ups in TVT because it can work against you.
It's not Banshee.
It's just a medevac? Yeah, just
just
Marines in the Hellions. Maybe like a Marine. Does he even have Marines? No, Paul has 0 Marines, so it's definitely not. Maybe he's just gonna drop Hellions. I don't know, guys. This is bizarre.
Man.
How do I not know every single opening that Paul does?
Why do they even hire you if you don't know everything you're talking about? I don't get it. This is actually a bit of an awkward position once more. We have Hellions making their way over here. It's not a full wall off just yet. You can see that Bomber wants to wall off. He's just not there yet.
Is the medevac going to see those additional Hellions? That would really help Bomber. Yes, he is going to see these two Hellions.
Well, they both see each other. That's what's kind of funny about it. They're like, oh, this is
and then this medevac is like, well, I have nothing inside of me, so.
Oh, he's gonna actually drop the Hellions.
So what does Bomber have at home right now, Jeff? Bomber has almost nothing. 4 Hellions are gonna cause havoc. And what does Polt have at home? Also not a whole lot.
There's Widowmine's here somewhere, I think. Maybe it's just the one coming out. Yeah, it's just the one coming out. Never mind. He has the other one with the drop now behind Polt that does nothing because it gets deflected very easily.
And these 4 Hellions on the other end, I think that Polt is gonna be able to kill a lot of SCVs over here. This seems problematic. Okay.
Yes. To say the least, this is problematic. I like that. Hellions darting around. So far, not doing a whole lot of damage. Widowmine kind of chasing, but it can't take another volley, so it's just going to park its butt right there. SCV's getting pulled, but that's kind of like fast food delivery. I'm not sure what you're doing there. Got to be careful. Looking to get us around, but so far, not a lot of damage.
That could have been worse. I mean, it's still
been a lot worse.
Yeah.
Well, 12 in general, or yeah. Well, no, between the SCV, or excuse me, the Reaper and those, I think those killed roughly 10. That's pretty good for 4 Hellions. That's great.
Yeah, and I mean, it's still good for Polt indeed, but I think it could have been a lot worse for Polt. Bomber had like 1 landed Viking and a Marine against 4 Hellions. You know, worst case scenario, you're going to end up losing close to 20 SCVs over there.
Yikes.
And then it's just game over.
12 Harvester difference, though. It's exactly what has died.
And also, let's not forget that Bomber's 3rd command center is way quicker than the one of Polt, so he's also able to produce 3 SCVs at a time. This is something that Bomber can definitely recover from, but it is very unfortunate that his drop did absolutely nothing. Like, you know, he sent out 8 Marines across the map, tried to make something happen, just nothing.
Ooh, I like this from Bomber, by the way. Very fast armory. In addition, he has the 2 quick engineering bays. He's not actually using one, so let's all ignore that for a second. But other than the fact that he's not using it, this is really cool. I like the emphasis on upgrades. So far, it's been Marine tank, right, for the first 2 games. Let's really upgrade those Marines. That's getting back to what used to make Marine tanks super painful, was how fast they got the 3-3 back in the day.
Yeah, a lot of upgrades going down. Armor upgrade going down now as well. Interesting Widowmine placement.
Come to me. Look at the medevac trying to corral him. He's like, you want to get over here? No, they don't.
It's a really good move. At least, you know, Bomber's getting some map vision out of this.
Love that scan from Bomber.
That's a perfect. What a scan that is. He sees every single Rex. You know, he couldn't have seen more Rex. He saw 6 Rexes over there. He also sees that 3rd command there. He confirms the fact, like, hey, mine was way quicker, man. Like, and that also means, like, if just now your Rexes are up and rolling, that means I can actually just start expanding. I can go to the low ground, and I should be fine eventually. Polt is still 6 workers ahead, but I think that Bomber should be able to produce more units.
Well, it's 6, but it was 12, literally like, you know, a minute and a half ago. So it just kind of speaks volumes to the power of another CC. Hellion's gonna be annoying in the background. We have 16 Marines load up for a drop, but as you can see, Polt is more than ready for it. Missile turrets, a few Marines, even a Viking doing the same thing it did in that weird base trade game on number 1. Just kind of patrolling back and forth. This is a do not drop zone, and I think even for Bomber, this is a do not drop zone.
Yep. I don't recommend dropping into missile turrets and Marines when you only have 2 medevacs full of Marines.
And they're like separated so far too. I wonder if he...
Maybe he's gonna unload on the low ground.
On purpose. Yeah, he's waiting up for him. Okay, good. I was gonna say that there's like no strategy book anywhere that thread on Reddit. Yes, separate the drops. It sends misinformation, but here they come. They're coming in from...
Bomber, is he really going to try this?
I guess the best angle? No. Even Bomber says no to the one missile turret.
Couple of Hellions for Polt on the other side of the map, trying to get a good shot off, but in the end, one Hellion for a Marine, nothing really happens over there. Keeping a close eye on the income tab, 68 SCVs for Polt, 58 right now for Bomber, so Polt's still doing a good job as well, producing SCVs 3 at a time. Marine count is very even. Upgrades are slightly in favor of Bomber, as he had the double eBay up and running just a little bit quicker.
Yeah, just slightly though, and they're both working with the same thing supply-wise. It's kind of scary how equal they are. And it'll be interesting to see this, because a lot of times when you go Marine tank, one of the big kind of defining factors for how well that's going to go is what bases are super vulnerable to being pushed, but with so much space between each other, and with both players kind of already in position to at least gather the information necessary that they need to move out. I mean, look at this. These Hellions are fanning out. Polt sees everything.
Yeah, that was on Way Station as well, by the way. Polt had absolute map awareness and map control. I must say, though, Bomber always seems to be the player with way more medevacs. If you notice that as well, like right now he has 8 medevacs, Polt only has 4. It was the same on Way Station. But
gosh,
actually, I think
that's awkward.
Polt could have fought that. Sorry, Bomber could have easily fought that if all of those Marines were unloaded.
Oh, those poor 3 guys. Not for you. No seats. 2 Vikings die, though, a few Marines, and Polt does this off the back of what Rotterdam was talking about, just fantastic information.
He sees everything. Well,
yeah,
I mean, it's hard to see everything on Altazine, but he sees a lot, let's put it like that.
He is pretty close to undroppable, that little spy network he's got all around the map. There's no way that you get around that.
But he still has to work. Like Bomber with 72 Marines right now against the 58 from Polt.
Yeah,
he's out on the map.
Oh, are they going to do it again? 2 ships in the night?
No, I think this time
Bomber knows.
Bomber should just fight this. Bomber has way more Marines. Look at those tanks.
The tanks.
The tanks are so exposed. No, on the north. Yeah, there you go, Bomber. Bomber's gonna stim in.
Yeah, it's a big win for Bomber. His medevacs are late to the party, but they're just gonna be here to heal the bros. Polt loses a lot, and he's only down 9 supply. So if you can imagine, that's like almost 10 supply.
Why,
Jeff? I don't know how they do this.
Why?
Look at that. He loses his whole army. He's just got another one back at home. Oh, that sucked. Man, can't do that again.
All of these lone Marines around the map, these ranges, they will get chased back or they're taken out as well by Bomber. It is so ridiculous that Bomber had such a Marine lead after the Rexes were off quicker for Polt. I don't understand this at all.
Bomber has no tanks.
So this is so risky for Bomber. Look at Polt. He's going to stim in. He's not going to catch up.
Come back here.
I guess that's one of the reasons why. Oh my God.
Bomber's not making tanks. Did you notice that?
He's playing pure Marine?
Yeah. Production tab shows 15 Marines at a time.
I mean, this is a very big map, so if there's one map to play with no tanks, it's probably Altazine Stronghold, right?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
So I guess this is explaining that that silly work late. This time Bomber is just gonna drop this base though. He doesn't care that there are a couple of missile turrets. A ridiculous amount of Marines being dropped in the back of Polt's natural right now.
That's a dead base. There's just so much firepower there. If the CC gets out, I'll be very surprised. Polt's gonna wing in and try to do what he can. But honestly, this is a fight he should have just, I don't know, perhaps taken his losses on the low ground. Well, as I say that, Bomber pushes up, and the tanks are just enough. They obliterate the Marines and Bomber. And oftentimes when this happens, God dang it.
I just didn't say anything.
I already looked to the mini-map. I was like, all right, this is over. Nope.
You know, eventually Polt will clean this up.
He kills all the tanks though too.
Yeah, he took out all the tanks. He took out so many SCVs. That was a really successful drop in the long run because Marines are very exposable. Look at Bomber's supply. He just sacrificed 8 medevacs full of Marines. Look at this army marching across the map. Bomber, where do you get it from?
All those barracks.
This is a good drop though by Polt on the left side.
This is a bad time for that. But Bomber says, you know what, that's fine. Bomber's done such a good job killing tanks that the tank count right now for Polt is just 3. That's not that scary. You can stim right into that, especially when they're spaced out like this.
101 Marines right now, and he's still producing 50 Marines at a time. +3 is ready, +3 armor is almost ready. I don't think Polt even started +3 armor. No, he did not. This is going to be, you know, a lot of Marines will fall, but
Polt, brace yourself.
This is going to be a successful invasion.
Polt, get down there. He's like, oh God.
They're coming.
And even Battlenet needs to take a pause. Guys, it's cool. We're building momentum. Here we go. Lots of things dying.
It's so many Marines, you know, even when this is not the best engagement ever, it's just a ridiculous amount of Marines over here
You
for
can't
Bomber.
come back from that.
No.
This time I can say that and not be critically wrong. He's going to shoot down the CC. He has the low ground. He gives up the low ground, doesn't care. He has, what is that, 7 medevacs? Yeah, 7 medevacs to the 2 of Polt right there. He's going to load up and drop over here. Missile turrets have not been rebuilt. Polt, this is only getting worse.
Such a beast. Bomber is really playing out of control. I really love how he adapted his strategy to this map. Like, this is not something you do on habitation stations. This is something you do on the largest map in the map for Altazim Stronghold. These 3-3 Marines, at least, no, not yet. 3-3 soon to be Marines.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
Almost. He's getting there, but Polt's hanging in. I'm not.
Bomber is still maxed out. Look at this army again.
How can he not be maxed out?
I have a big smile on my face when I watch it. Like, Bomber is just playing silly StarCraft right now.
Polt's gonna fight it out. Bomber evacuates with what he can, loses a medevac. Who cares?
Maxed out again.
He's mining for 1 base and it's a planetary. He's only down to 1 orbital command center, so his ability to scan and mule is critically low. I mean, it feels a little bit silly actually. Like,
look at this army from Polt. It's so sandwiched.
yeah, well, he only needs 1/2 of the bread.
Yeah.
Like, this is an O-face burger. He's gonna load up to get out of there. Okay. Come on, Polt.
What is the record amount of Marines you've seen? I think 122. It might not be an all-time record because 50 SCVs is still quite a bit, but it's a lot of Marines.
That is a lot of
That move command into the main base, that's when you know you have a lot of Marines. He's just gonna go to it. He is going to wreck Polt over here. Bomber takes a 2-1 lead in the first semifinals over here.